Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritam. Smagyanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakrunamiletam Jena Tasmai Śrī Gurave Namah. Chaitanyam Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Śrī Guru Śrī Yutta-kāṇḍa Śrī Gurun Vaishnavanam Cha Śrī Rūpam Sagrajatam Sagana Siragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Litam Śrī Visakam Vitam Cha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषादि पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So Hare Krishna. So tomorrow is the very auspicious August and very what do you say adorable appearance day of Lord Rāmacandra. So let us discuss about the glories of the Lord Rāmacandra, because to really celebrate a festival without understanding is useless, is just superficial. So we should understand the glories of the Ram. We should understand the glories of the name, the form, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, the name, form, qualities, and pastime of the Lord. Without understanding the things, if we celebrate, it's a celebration of the Instagrammers, so-called devotees nowadays, Instagrammers, neophytes, to get the cheap appreciation, cheap accolation, cheap likes, you know. And for the neophytes who just, do not know, just for them it is a one-time celebration. So therefore we should understand why you celebrate this Ramacandra. What is the glories of Lord Ramacandra? Then only we can really appreciate and reap the benefits of that. That is stated by Lord Krishna in these beautiful verses. Lord Krishna say that if you do not know, Lord Krishna spoke to his father when there was a Govardhan Puja was going on, so Indra Puja was going on. So his father was not knowing why you should do this Indra Puja. And he argued that no, it is a tradition, it's a long tradition. But Krishna refuted this argument by saying that Gantva gatva cha karmani jano yam anutishtati vidusa karma siddhisyat jatha na vidusa bhavet. So Krishna spoke this very, very important verses. When people in this world perform activities, sometimes they understand what they are doing, sometimes they do not. Those who know what they are doing achieve success in their work, whereas ignorant people do not. That is very important. Therefore, we should understand the glories of the Lord. So, to hear by understanding means to hear. To hear the glories, Nama, Guna, Leela, Rupa. To hear the pastime of the Lord means to associate with Lord. Srila Prabhupada said. Eh? That is the Ramachandra's activities, Supreme Lord activities, his form, his pastime. If we hear, means we are associating with Lord Ramacandra. So because there is no difference between his name, form, his activities, his pastimes. Avinatto Rāmanavamina. Namachintamani Krishnasya Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Punya Suddha Nitya Avinatto Rāmanavamina. No difference. So we should take the advantages of the days when the Lord appears, the God appears, and we associate with him by hearing all his pastimes, his activities, name. This is our process. We will purify. Our process is purification. Krishna consciousness means purify our consciousness. This is our process. And the whole idea of the Lord Rāmacandra appears to purify us by awakening our Ram consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Because Lord appearance never have been to annihilate the demon. Although he declared the paritran yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamaya paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya cha diskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami. This is external reason for his appearance, to annihilate the miscreant. But the whole idea to awakening Krishna consciousness. In the meantime, he has to kill the miscreant. But it is not his primary purpose. Because Lord is powerful, most powerful personalities. He does not need to come to kill Ravan. His agency, his agent like Durga Devi, or any agent he can kill. As a super soul, he can switch off, he can kill. He does not need to personally come, but he personally come to awakening Krishna consciousness. Awakening the original, awakening our original consciousness. Because we have forgotten. Maya means, or material existence, material life means forgetfulness of the Ram, forgetfulness of the Krishna, forgetfulness of the God. That is Maya. So he has come to awakening our God consciousness, reminding us, conversing us, convincing us, and bringing us back to Godhead, home. This is our original home. So that is his real purpose of incarnation. Because Lord is magnanimous. We are like a rebellious child. We have turned away from the Lord. We are suffering in this material world. We are rotating in this obnoxious material world since time immemorial. So Lord Rama appears to bring us back to awakening our Krishna consciousness, Ram consciousness. We forgotten our dharma. They say that Lord is called Maryada Purushottam, epitome of dharma. We have forgotten that dharma. Our dharma is to be servant of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, Jivera Swarupai Nitya Krishnera dasa. So we are servant of Krishna, but we have forgotten that relationship. And we become servant of our wife, children, sons, boss, so many so forth, so many things. As a result, we have been frustrated, baffled, we have been suffering. So Lord Ramachandra's main purpose to awakening our Krishna consciousness, to teach us. Because you see, the pastime of the Lord is very, nothing so happy. He underwent so much austerity, 14 years of exile, to teach us. He is not actually suffering. Because Supreme Lord is supremely, Anandamaya Bhasya. It's not that Lord has to suffer, but he is teaching us by acting. His pastime, this transcendental pastime, is a transcendental vacation. It's not exile. For us, it's exile. Oh, Lord underwent 14-year exile and he was suffering. No, Lord has no suffering. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Paditavi. It's Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. He is not crying that Lord, his wife is abducted. No. He can create many Sita, millions of Sita. But he has to teach us that how the material existence is so precarious, so pernicious, so nefarious, so notorious. That is stated in this beautiful verses, that how Lord has come to teach us this lesson, that how this material world is so precarious. It was ordained that Ravana, chief of Rakshas, could not be killed by anyone but a man. For this reason, Lord Rāmacandra, the Supreme Personality of God, had appeared in the form of human being. Lord Rāmacandра's mission, however, was not only to kill Ravana, but also to teach the mortal being that material happiness centered around sex life or centered around one's wife is the cause of many misery. He is the self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing is lamentable for him. Therefore, why else could he be subject to tribulation by the kidnapping of Mother Sita? So his suffering is to teach us. He is not suffering to teach us that how this material world, material existence, material life is so precarious. So precarious. The cardinal teaching of the Rāmāyaṇa is to arouse Krishna consciousness. Although Valmiki Ramayana is a book very popular, and even it is read now, but it has been intellectually abused almost to the point of Bhagavad Gita has been abused. Because Ram has been often misunderstood as the ideal son, ideal king, ideal man, moral husband, ekaprativata, caring brother, erudite student, great bowman. No, there are many ideal kings, there are many personalities, there are many, ideal personalities. But Lord Ramacandra, we are celebrating Rāmanavami. The Ramayana is composed. Why? Because Lord Ram is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rāmādi murti sakalaniya manatistam nāna avataram akarodha bhuvanesu kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramapumanyo govindamadi purusam tamaham bhadami. I worship Govinda, the flammable Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatar in the world in the form of Ram, Narsinga, Vamana, etc. is subjective. So Lord Ram is Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why we are celebrating Rāmanavami. Not that he is ideal king, ideal. No, it's misunderstood, intellectually abused. His Supreme Lord. Because we have forgotten our eternal dharma. So he has come to establish that dharma. Yada dharmasya glani, whenever there is a decline in religious practice, whenever there is a decline in discrepancy in Krishna consciousness, executing Krishna consciousness or Ram consciousness, when there is a forgetfulness of the Lord, he appears. That is the incarnations. That is the duty of incarnation. Juge juge, Lord descends. Avatar means who descends from this spiritual sky to awakening our Krishna consciousness. It is stated that in Bhagavatam, many verses in this regard, it stated that how Lord is appears. Why the Lord is appears. Stated that how Lord is interested to bring us back to Godhead. That's why he's come as different incarnations. Ramadi Murtis, not only Ram, there are so many incarnations are there. So so many incarnation is there. So Lord comes for that purpose. I have to share, my share screen is now something gone wrong. Yeah. So this is the purpose the Lord Rāmacandra comes. So it is stated that Ramadi Murtisu Kalaniyamanatistam. And there's a beautiful verses. He says that in many verses stated here, that thus the Lord of the universe mentioned all planets inhabited by demigods, men, lower and upper, assuming the roles of incarnation. He performed pastime to reclaim those in mode of pure goodness. The whole idea paritranaya sadhana, to awakening Krishna consciousness, to deliver the pious people, devotees. That is whole idea of his incarnations. So in another places is stated here that that's that again, yada yada hi dharmasya khaya vridhicha prapannaḥ dadātu bhagavāna isa atmanam srijate harihi. So whenever the principle of religion deteriorates, the principle of a religion increases, the supreme controller personality of Godhead here appears by his own will. By his own will, he is not, obliged by karma. Not only that, O King Maharaj Parikshit, but for the Lord personal desire, there is no cause of his appearance, disappearance, or activity. And the super soul, he knows everything. Consequently, there is no cause that affects him, not even the result of activity. So for him, there is no cause of appearance, only thing that to deliver the fallen soul. How magnanimous. We are rebellious child, but he is a father. Father is always affectionate. Although we have no mood to reconcile, but still he is very magnanimous. He comes to reclaim the conditioned soul, who is suffering, who is rotting, who is rotating in this obnoxious material world. The Supreme Personality of God had acted through his material energy in the creation, maintenance, annihilation of cosmic manifestation, just to deliver the living entity by his compassion, stop the living entity birth, their duration of materialistic life. Thus he enables the living entity to return home back to Godhead. That is the purpose, the cardinal teaching of Rāmāyaṇa. Why the Lord appears at Rāmacandra? Why he acted so much? Acted so many acted all the pastimes, underwent this so much, tribulation, trouble, to teach us that material world is a place of misery, dukkhalayam sasvatam, to invite us back to Godhead. And he did so. He did so. All the Ajodhya he brought back to Vaikuntha. So that is the main real things in Krishna, whole purpose of the Lord's appearance. So there's a beautiful verses in this regard. He said that now to Lord is so magnanimous, he told that sakṛt eva prapannaḥ, anybody who simply surrender once, sakṛt eva prapannaḥ tavāsmīti yācate, abhayaṁ sarvadā tasmai dadāmy etad vratam mama. So it is my vow that if one seriously surrender unto me, saying, my dear Lord, from this day I am yours, he prayers to me for fearlessness, I shall immediately award fearlessness to that person, and he will always remain safe for that time. This is from Ramayana, Yuddha-kāṇḍa, where Vibhishan was kicked out by Ravana, and he came to Ram for shelter. And Lord Ram spoke this verse to Vibhishan, the sakṛt eva prapannaḥ, to everyone. Anybody who surrender once, saying that I am yours, Lord's vow to protect us. Pratijani konteha pratijani name bhakta pranasati. My devotee will never perish. And to his promise, he protected all the banaras, the monkeys who died. He brought them to life and made the Vibhishan as the king of Lanka also. He protected his devotee as he promised. That is Lord magnanimity. So, and to establish that relationship with Lord, it is stated very nicely. You see, the quality of the Lord is very important. If you hear the Lord's quality, how great, how magnanimous, it is stated in these beautiful verses. The eight-way Lord's quality has been glorified. The Lord whose pure form is Sachidananda Vigraha. He is Sachidananda. He is not a material but a human being. So when Lord wanted to cross the Indian Ocean to go to Lanka to kill Ravan and reclaim Sita, that time the Indian Ocean did not allow him. So Lord was very enraged. He took out to dry up this ocean. Then immediately the Varun Dev came. He told that, my lords, I am very, very sorry. I thought you came as a human form. So you will not exhibit your superhuman. Therefore, I was not, I was not attending, addressing your things. But you are the Supreme Lord. So therefore, therefore he immediately wanted to give the way. But Lord said, never mind. I will put another way, that he throw the stones which is floating in the ocean, floating in the water. That is also a superhuman activities of the Lord. So Lord is pure form is Sachidananda. He is not an ordinary body. Is uncontaminated by modes of material nature. Can be perceived by the pure consciousness. In the Vedanta, it is described as being one without a second, because of his spiritual potency. He is untouched by the contamination of material nature. And because he is not subject to material vision, he is known as transcendental. He has no material activities, nor has he material form or name. Only in pure consciousness can he perceive transcendental form of the Lord. Let us firmly fix at the lotus feet of Lord Rāmacandra. Let us offer respectful obeisance unto those transcendental lotus feet. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, appears in various expansions as stated in Brahma Samhita Ramadi Murtisu. So here it is, Prabhupada is writing very, so Krishna is Vishnu Tattva and Vishnu form, of which Lord Rāmacandra is one. We know that Vishnu Tattva is carried by transcendental bird Garuda and is equipped with different type of weapon in the forehand. Therefore, we may doubt whether Lord Rāmacandra could be in the same category, since he was carried by Hanuman, not by Garuda, and had neither forehand nor Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Consequently, this verse clarifies that Rāmacandra is as good as Krishna, Ramadi Murti Sukala. Although Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rāmacandra is not different from him. Rāmacandra is unaffected by modes of material nature, and therefore he is called Prasanta, never disturbed by those modes. Unless one is saturated with love of Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot appreciate the transcendental value of the Lord Rāmacandra. One cannot see him with material eyes, because demons like Ravana has no spiritual vision. They consider Lord Rāmacandra as an ordinary Kshatriya king. Ravana therefore attempted to kidnap Lord Rāmachandra's eternal conscious Sita Devi. Actually, however, Ravana could not carry up Sita Devi in her original form. As soon as she was touched by the Ravana sense, he gave him a material form, but she maintained her original form beyond his vision. Therefore, in this verse, the word Pratyek Prasantam indicate that Lord Ramacandra had his potency. The goddess Sita keep themselves aloof from the influence of material energy. In Upanishad, it is said that Yam Vibhasa Binnutetena Labhyaha, the Supreme Lord from Paramatma, the personality of Godhead, can be seen or perceived only by the person who are saturated with devotional service. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, Sant Sadeva Bhudeshu Vilokyanti, Yam Sama Sundaram Achinta Guna Sarupam, Govindam Adi Purusam Tamam. So therefore it is said that Lord Ramacandra is not ordinary. He is a Sachidananda. He is beyond any kind of contamination, any kind of contaminations. So we should understand only a devotee can appreciate. Although it externally or apparently seems like Lord is undergoing so much trial and tribulations, Lord is weeping for the Ram Sita, but it is not like that. It is not like that. Lord is Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, His Supreme Lord. He will not be affected. He is teaching us simply for the sake of teaching. So only those who are devotee, they can appreciate, they can understand the Lord. Non-devotee like Ravana, they defy the supremacy of the Lord and got the audacity to kidnap his eternal. So it is stated another verse that like it is confirmed here. Since Lord Ramacandra is the Supreme Personality of Vasudeva, he is not attached to anything in this material world. his most beloved super soul of self-realized soul. He is their very intimate friend. He is full of all opulences. Therefore, he could not possibly have suffered because of separation from his wife. Sometimes he says that he is crying like like ordinary human being. Where is my wife? My wife was kidnapped. Nor could he have given up his wife Lakshmana and Lakshmana, his younger brother. To give up either would have been absolutely impossible. So therefore, say that he is full in six opulences: wealth, fame, strength, influence, beauty, renunciation. He is called renounced because he is not attached to anything in this material world, especially attached to the spiritual world. Therefore, Lord is completely detached. So therefore, the so-called separation, therefore he doesn't care for the separation because he is not attached. And Sita and Lakshman, they are the eternal brother. Lakshman is Balaram, Sita is Lakshmi. So he is not affected by all the things. And there's a beautiful verse spoken by the Hanuman. Na janmanunnam mahataso so bhagyam na banna buddhi na kirtisto sahetu. Where it is said that how to establish a friendship with Lord. One cannot establish a friendship with Supreme Lord Rāmacandra on the basis of material quality, such as one birth in aristocratic family, one personal beauty, one eloquence, one sharp intelligence, one superior race or nation. None of this qualification is actually a prerequisite for friendship with Lord Śrī Rāmacandra. Otherwise, how is it possible that although we uncivilized inhabitant of the forest have not taken noble birth, although we have no physical beauty, although we cannot speak like a gentleman, Lord Rāmacandra have nevertheless accepted us as a friend. See, Lord Rāmacandra is magnanimous. Lord magnanimous, he doesn't see any caste, any birth. Māmai partha vyapasrita, Strī, Sudra, anybody can come to me. Anybody can come. The whole criteria is the bhakti. No other criteria. There are nice verses in this regard. It is stated in this Bhagavatam. He says that Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulaksa, Avira, Samba, Yavana, Khasa, races, even others who are addicted to sinful act can be purified by taking shelter of the devotee of the Lord. Due to his being supreme power, I beg to offer my respect. So everybody can come to the Lord. And no restriction. Lord say, Mami Partha Vyapasrita. So anybody can come. Mami Partha Vyapasrita Yapisya Papa Jona Striya Vaisya Tatha Sudras Tepi Janti Param Gati. Anybody can come to the Lord. There is no restriction. Either woman, either merchant or Sudra can approach, anybody can. So therefore, only criteria Bhakti Tutasya Bhagavan. Bhakti only satisfies the Lord. That is only criteria to make a friendship with Ram. How the Banaras, they were not noble birth. Monkeys, how they become the friends, how Lord made a friendship on the basis of the devotional service. Devotional service that controls the Lord, that attracts the Lord. Krishna Karsani, Bhakti Krishna Karsani, attracts Krishna. That is stated in very nice verse. Now Krishna say in this verse 11. Let's see this one. No. There's a beautiful verses. It is say that na sadhayate mam yogo. Yeah, nan sadhayate mam sankhya na udhava, na sankhyam na dharma udhava, na sadhayate tapatyaga jata bhaktir mamodita. Bhaktyam ekah graha. So this verse is there, my dear Uddhava, neither philosophical speculation, meditational yoga, nor opinions can give me such pleasure as devotional service practiced by the living entity. I am dear only to my devotees. I can be active only by devotional service. Even an extremely low-born person will become free from all contamination if he takes to my devotional service. Devotional service is the only path by which we can achieve Supreme Lord. Very nice verse. So another verses is say that my bhakti bhutanam amriteva kalpate. That is Lord Krishna told to the gopis that the means of attaining my favor is loving service unto me. nothing else. So therefore, all the Hanuman, Sugriv, all the Banaras, all this, they can make a friendship. They can get the favor of the Supreme Lord, mercy of the Lord, due to this devotional service. By dint of their devotional service, they can make a friendship. Therefore, it is stated that everybody should pray, whether he is Banaras, whether he is demigods, everybody. Sura, Asura, Vapi, Atha, Banara, Nara, Sarvatmana, yes, Sankritangyam Uttamam. Therefore, whether one is demigod, a demon, or a man, or a creature or other than man, such as a beast or bird, everyone should worship Lord Rāmacandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears on this earth like a human being. There is no need of great austerity or penance to worship the Lord, for he accepts even a small service offered by his devotee. Thus, he is satisfied. As soon as he is satisfied, the devotee is successful. Indeed, Lord Rāmacandra brought all the devotees of Ayodhya back home, back to God. See? No, Lord Rāmacandra is so kind, merciful to his devotee that he is very easily satisfied by little service rendered by anyone, human or not. This is the special advantages of worshipping Lord Rāmacandra. And there is the same advantage of worshipping Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna and Lord Ramachandra in the same manner, Kshatriya, sometimes showed their mercy of killing Asura. But Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awarded love of Godhead without difficulty even to the Asura. See, that is different. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful. See, Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, killing them and liberating them. But here, Mahaprabhu, they awarding love of God at highest. So, whole idea to deliver the living entity. So, this is why the Lord Ramachandra is very special. Anybody can worship him. So, therefore, the Ramachandra pastime is very auspicious, and to hear the Rāmayaṇa, his pastime, his form, his name is very, very auspicious and bring us back to Godhead. Rāmayaṇa, in one sloka, it is stated that to keep promise of his father intact, Lord Rāmacandra immediately gave up the position of king, accompanied by his wife, Mother Sita, wandered from one forest to another on his lotus feet, which were so delicate they were unable to bear even the touch of Sita's palm. The Lord was also accompanied by Hanuman, or by another monkey, Sugriv, king of the monkey, and by his own younger brother, Lord Lakshman, both of whom gave him the relief from the fatigue of wandering in the forest. Having cut off the nose and ears of Supanaka, thus disfiguring her, the Lord was separated from Mother Sita. He therefore became angry, moving his eyebrows and thus frightening the ocean, who then allowed the Lord to construct a breeze to cross the ocean. Subsequently, the Lord entered the kingdom of Ravan to kill him like a fire devouring a forest. May the Supreme Lord Ramachandra give us all protection. So here is very important thing is that one sloka, everything is there. So how the Lord Ram is actually, he was the king, son of King Dasarath. Son of King Dasarath. Then he was supposed to be, at the young age, he was being invited by Visvamitra to protect. And the young age, he was protecting and killed Tadaka, Subhav, and thrown Maricha. He showed his valor. And after that, he married to Sita. He was supposed to be coronated, but somehow or another, because of bad association, so he has to go to exile for 14 years. Because the Dasarath has got 3 wives, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, Sumatra. So one of the Kaikeyi, he has already got 2, she has got 2 boons. And she asked the 2 boons because her association with Manthara is the assistant maids of Kaikeyi. Because of this bad association, he was polluted. Although she likes Ram as his son Bharat, but she was polluted, and she asked 2 boons that Ramachandra will go to 14 years of forest. My son Bharat will be the king of Ayodhya. In this way, so Lord has to go to exile for 14 years. He was wandering different forests. He went to Chitrakoot, Dandakaran, in this way wandering. And during that period also, he was killing so many demons. But what happens? His wife was kidnapped by Ravan. So in order to bring back his wife, he has to fight. That is what one of the wonderful lessons that Lord has given to everyone, that there are three important lessons is given. So here it is stated that in this verse, so that it was ordained that Ravana, chief of Rakshasa, could not be killed by anyone, but main for this reason, Lord Rāmacandra, Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in the form of human being. Ramachandra's mission, however, was not only to kill Ravan, but also to teach the mortal being that material happiness. So in this Purport, Prabhupada writing, when the Lord appears in this universe in the form of human being, he has two purposes, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 4:8, Paritrāṇaya sadhunam vināṣaya ca duṣkritam, to destroy the demons and protect the devotees. To protect devotees, Lord not only satisfies them by his personal presence, but also teaches them so that they will not fall down from devotional service. That is very important. The personal presence is very important, because devotee always hankering to see the Lord. Therefore, he comes, appears for the personal presence. Also, he teaches them so they will not fall down from devotional service. By his personal example, Lord Rāmacandra taught the devotee that it is better not to enter married life, which is certainly followed by many tribulations, as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, yen maithunadi grahamedi sukham mitucham कांडुनेन करो विभा दुखम दुखम दुख दुखम तृप्यंति नेह कृपण बहु दुख भाज कंदुत्यम मनुष्यजम विषहत धीर. Those who are not advanced in spiritual knowledge, who are therefore just opposite of Brahmana, generally take to family life, which is like concession for a sex, thus enjoy sex again and again, although that sex is followed by many tribulations. This is a warning to devotees, to teach this lesson the devotee and to human society in general. Lord Rāmacandra, all the Supreme Personality of God himself, underwent a series of tribulations because he accepted the wife Mother Sita. Lord Rāmacandra underwent this austerity, of course, only to instruct us. Actually, he never has any reason to lament for anything, because he is Supreme Lord, he cannot be suffered. No. Another aspect of the Lord's instruction is that one who accepts the wife must be faithful to husband, give her full protection. Human society is divided into two classmen, those who strictly follow the religious principle, those who are devoted, and those who are devoted. As personal example, Lord Rāmacandra wanted to instruct both of them how to fully adopt the discipline of religious system, how to be beloved, how to dutiful husband. Otherwise, he had no reason to undergo apparent tribulations. One who strictly follows the religious principle must not neglect to provide all facility for the complete protection of his wife. There may be some suffering because of this, but one must nevertheless endure it. This is the duty of faithful husband. As personal example, Lord Rāmacandra demonstrated this duty. Lord Rāmacandra could have produced hundreds and thousands of Sita from his pleasure energy. But just to show the duty of a faithful husband, he has not only rescued Sita from the hand of Ravan, but also killed Ravan and all the members of his family. Another aspect of teaching of Lord Rāmacandra is that although Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his devotee may apparently suffer from material tribulation, they have nothing to do with such tribulation. They are Mukta Purusha, a liberated person. Under all circumstances, it is therefore said in the Chaitanya Bhagavata that Jatha Dekha Vaishnavara Vyavahara Dukkha Nishchay Janiya Tatha Paramananda. Vaishnava is always firmly situated in transcendental bliss because of engagement in devotional service. Although he may appear to suffer material pain, his position is called transcendental bliss in separation. Viraha. Emotion a lover and beloved feel when separated from one another, actually very blissful, although apparently painful. Therefore, the separation of Lord Rāmacandra from Sita Devi as well as consequent tribulation suffered is but another display of transcendental bliss. That is the opinion of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti. So this is the very important three lessons, that why the Lord comes to teach us, to teach the devotee, to teach the people, human society in general, how the material life is very full of tribulations, and also to protect the husband, protect his wife. So this is the cardinal teaching to arise Krishna consciousness, bring us back to Godhead. So Lord went to Lanka and rescue his wife by killing Ravan. So the main teaching here is that we should kill the Ravana mentality. The Ravana mentality is represented by this capitalist of the material world. They want the kingdom of God, but without God. So Ravana wants the Sita, but he do not want Ram. Sita is the opulence, fortune. He wants the kingdom of God, but do not want God. So all the capitalists, all the materialistic people, they want to exploit the Lord's property, but do not respect for the Lord, do not render service to the Lord. As a result, they are suffering. You can see here how the war is going on. Everybody wants to enjoy the kingdom of God without God. Therefore, there's a chaos, social chaos. So we should imbibe the Hanuman mentality. Ravan mentality to separate Sita from Ram. Hanuman mentality to unite them. Bring this opulences. Bring this everything in the service of the Lord. Unite Sita with Ram. Therefore, he is celebrated as the great devotee of the Lord. That's a very important lesson. So we should kill the Ravana mentality. We are all like tiny Ravan. We want to exploit this material nature. We have come for that purpose. Therefore, whole purpose to transform our Ravan mentality to Ram mentality. Therefore, Lord appears and enacted all this transcendental pastime to teach a lesson how to imbibe Hanuman mentality. Therefore, the best way to invoke his attention, invoke his mercy, to chant his name. His name is so powerful that when everybody was wondering how to jump, how to jump the Indian Ocean 800 miles. That time Sampati has spoken a very beautiful verse stated in Rāmāyaṇa, that Lord Ram name is so powerful, by chanting one can do anything, easily cross. And Hanuman, by chanting the name of the Ram, he crossed the ocean, Indian Ocean of 800 miles. So name of the Ram is very, very powerful. Rāmanavami rame rame manorame sarvadā tatulya eka Rāmanavami. So Ram Nam is very, very auspicious. Sarvadā tatulya. It is stated these beautiful verses, I think 9. Rāmeti Rāmeti. Rāmeti Rāmeti Manorame Sarsanam. This is what Shivji is telling to Parvati, that this how the Rāmeti Rame Rame Manorame Sarsanam Tatulya. I chant the holy name of Ram and thus enjoy the beautiful sign. This holy name of Ramchandra is equal to 1000 of holy name of Lord Vishnu. This is the Vishnu Sahasranam, it is stated. The holy name is Sahasranamanam Punyanam Tit Avitriyatu Yat Phalam Eka Vrityatu Krishnaya Namaitam Tat Prachati. Pious result derived from the chanting the 1000 holy name of Vishnu 3 times can be attained by only one repetition of holy name of Krishna. Therefore, we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That is the statement of Lord Shiva. How powerful the name of the Lord. This is Ramastuti. It is said that Bhajanam Bhava Bijanam. Bhajanam means frying. Bijam means seeds. When seed is fried, it won't grow. Bhava Bijanam means repeated and birth and death. By chanting the holy name of the Ram, it will stop the repetition of birth and death. And all sampad, all this happiness, opulences one get. Tyajanam Jamadutanam Rāmiti Garjanam. Jamaduta will never approach. They will flee away. Anybody who chant the name of the Ram. Tajanam Jamadutanam Rāmanavami garjanam. When anybody who chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So no, all these things will go away. Havavajjanam, stop the repetition of birth. Sarva sampadam, all the opulences one can get, all happiness. And Jamaduta will never approach. Therefore, the name of the Ram is very, very important, very, very powerful. It is stated in this beautiful verses in Bhagavatam. It is stated by who stated? It is stated by Durvasa, I think. Let's see. 9:5:16. यन्नाम सूत्री मार्तेन पुमन भवति निर्मलः तस्य तीर्थपाद किंबा दासनम अविशिष्यते. What is impossible for the servant of the Lord? By the very hearing of his holy name, one is purified. So his name is so powerful. Simply chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, one can easily get everything. Just like Hanuman crossing the ocean. And Ram also is the reservoir of pleasure. Raminto Jogina Anante Satyananda Chidatmani. We are everybody trying to get pleasure, but we do not know how to get pleasure. We want Aram, we do not want Ram. Aram is material pleasure. Ram is spiritual pleasure, which is unexhausted, which is not temporary, permanent. Therefore, it is said that you want material pleasure, you cannot get Ram. Ram is spiritual pleasure. Ramante Jogina Nante Satyananda Chidatmani Iti Rama Padanasau Param Brahma Vidyate. So the supreme absolute truth is called Ram because the transcendentalists take pleasure in ultimate true pleasure of spiritual existence. Rama means Ramante, is very full of pleasure. So everybody wants pleasures, but they do not take shelter of the Ram. That is our pitfall, shortcoming. We are taking shelter of the, which is Aram, material pleasure, Antavattattu, Antavata. This material pleasure is temporary. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Antavattattu imadeha. Also in many places it say that yehi samprasaja bhogya dukkha jonaya evate adyantavata kontenati suramante. This so-called temporary pleasure of temporary pleasure in this material world is just temporary. It has got an expiration date. But anybody would like to have an exhausted eternal happiness, then one should take shelter of the Ram, because he is the reservoir of pleasure. Ramante yogina anante. So therefore, on this very auspicious occasion of Lord Rāmacandra, we should pray to Supreme Lord to engage in his devotional service by hearing his Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila, always, constantly. Without hearing, one cannot get the inclination. One cannot really appreciate Rāmacandra. One cannot really celebrate Rāmanavami. Therefore, it is stated that one should Ramacharita, or the Purusha Ramacharita, Sarvanai Upadharayana, Anrisamsya Parorajan, Karma Bandhana Vimuchyate. O King Parikshit, anyone who actually received the narration of concerning characteristic of Lord Ramacandra pastime will ultimately be freed from the disease of envy, thus be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activity. See, this is very important to hear. Hearing is the first thing. Shruti, Shravanam. That Shravanam attracts the attention of the Hari. Hari Katha attracts Hari. Ram Katha attracts Ram. That is the proper way of celebrating. Krishna says that Srinvantam Sokotha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana. Here it is same thing. That Purusha Ramacharitam Sravanai Rupadharaya. By hearing the Ram Katha, one can easily get out from this material bondage. Karma bandhane vimuchyate. Because of karma bandhana, we have been suffering. Every action, every activities, either is good or bad, has got reaction. But simply by hearing, it will purify us. It will nullify. Sarvadharman parityajam mam ekam saranam. It will nullify, redeem our all reaction. Karma bandhana vimuchyate. Therefore, one should hear, glorify his name, pastimes, his qualities, his form, beautiful Sachidananda form, beautiful form of the Ram. This is the statement of the scripture, that how we can approach Supreme Lord, how we celebrate Rāmanavami. Not that sentimental way, just one day affair. No, we should hear his katha, we should understand his cardinal teaching, how he appears to awakening Krishna consciousness, teach us by undergoing all tribulations, to teach us. He is not suffering, he is just teaching us. And he is inviting us. Sakṛt prapannaḥ tavāsmīti yācate. Anybody who surrender unto me, I will take him back. I will give the fearlessness from this material world. What is fear? Birth, death, disease, old age. Janma, murtyu, jara, vyadhi. So he say, I vow I will give fearlessness. Means I will bring us back to God. That is whole idea. And he is coming for that purpose. His glories is not about building the bridge, constructing a bridge which is very magnificent. No. Lord Rāmacandra, reputation for having killed Ravan with showers of arrows at the request of demigods, for having built a bridge over the ocean, does not constitute factual glory of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Rāmacandra, whose spiritual body is always engaged in various pastimes. Lord Rāmacandra has no equal or superior. Therefore, he has no need to take help from the monkeys to gain victory over Ram. Very, very important point. So his glory is not constitute like, oh, he has come and killed the Ravan at the request of demigod. He constructed a bridge. No. Krishna has no work. Ram has no work. Natasya karanam karanam cha vidyate natasya mascha adhikasya dushyate parasya sakti vivideva swate savavi jnana balakre. Supreme Lord has nothing to do. No one is found to be equal or greater than him. For everything is done naturally, systematically by his multifarious energy. The Lord has nothing to do. Natasya karanam cha vidyate. Whatever he does is pastime. Lord has no duty to perform to oblige anyone. Nonetheless, it appears that he acts to protect his devotee or kill his enemy. Of course, no one can be the Lord's enemy, since who would be more powerful than the Lord? There is actually no question of anyone's being his enemy. But when Lord wants to take pleasure in pastime, he comes down to material world, acts like a human being, thus showing his wonderful, glorious activity to please the devotee. The devotee always wants to see the Lord victorious in varied activities. Therefore, to please himself and them, the Lord sometimes agree to act as a human being and perform wonderful, uncommon activities, uncommon pastime for the satisfaction of the devotee. Actually, for devotee is obliged to his devotee, therefore he comes. That is whole idea. See, there is a very nice verse. Brahmaji confirmed this. Brahma is speaking this prayer to Krishna. He says, Prapancham nisprapanchapi vidhambhayase bhutale prapanna janatananda sandham pratitum prabhu. My dear master, although you have nothing to do with material existence, you come to this earth in imitate material life just to expand the varieties of ecstatic enjoyment for your surrendered devotees. Because devotee want to see his personal presence. Devotee want to see his victory in varied activities. So he comes. And he comes for his own pleasure also. Ananda chinmaya rasapati tavi rapanija kalavi. Goloka ivani vasakti akhilatma bhuktam govindam adipus. Is there Goloka, but he comes to display all the past. Ananda chinmaya rasa, this transcendental pleasure, the reciprocation with devotees, his pastimes. He wants to enjoy, he comes and he does all these wonderful activities. Therefore, it is said that anugrahaya bhaktana manusim deham astita vajate etad kriṣṭa yasutta tatparo bhave. When the Lord assumes a human-like body to show mercy to his devotee, he engages in such a pastime as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated. So everybody wants the character, ideal king, ideal things. The Lord is enacting all these things. Also, he also main thing above all is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ram. So by his pastime, he is attracting this human being, attracting the conditioned soul towards him to bring us back to Godhead. Those who hear about them become dedicated. By here, anybody can hear, oh, Lord Ram has did very nice. What a wonderful things. What an ideal king. What an ideal brother. So we will be dedicated to Ram. In this way, by surrendering to Ram, just like Krishna says, sarvadharman parityadam mamekam saranam. Davesa gunamai mamamai duratai. Mam yo prapandyante mamekam sarate. By surrendering to the Supreme Lord, one can easily get out from this obnoxious material existence. That is whole idea. Avashriti Krishna Padaravinda Kinoti Abhadrani Chasana. Simply by surrendering to him at his lotus feet, one can easily cross this insurmountable ocean of nescience, ocean of material existence. That is whole idea how Lord is so magnanimous. Kambadayalum saranam radema. Who can be so merciful? Therefore, who can be resisting hearing about his glories? It is stated in these beautiful verses that who is that person? There's a beautiful verses is there. This is spoken Barahadev. Which was Barahadev? (313). Yeah. So it is said that Kunam loke purusatha saravid pura kathanam bhagavat katha sudam apiya karna jalibhir bhavapaham oho virajyate bina naretaram. So very nice verse. Who other than one who is not a human being can exist in the world and not be interested in ultimate goal of life? Who can refuse the nectar of narration about the personality of Godhead activity, which by itself can deliver one from the material pangs? Therefore, one should hear Purusha Ramacharita. One should hear the Ram Katha, his guna, his rupa, his nam, his pastimes. In this way, one can easily attain the ultimate goal of life, to go back to God. So thank you very much. Jai Śrī Rāmacandra Bhagavan ki jai. Śrī Rāmanavami ki jai. Nitai Gaura ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupada.